What's up, cadets? Welcome to the Officers Leadership Series, Episode 8. When we talk about safety at sea, we often think about lifeboats, life raft, firefighting equipments, machinery equipments, navigation, cargo operations, and some other critical equipments. Today, I want to discuss another safety issues that cannot always be seen. It is called burnout. Not every exhausted seafarer looks tired. Some continue working, some continue smiling, and some continue saying, I'm okay. But mentally, they are already running empty. As a master and an advocate for modern maritime leadership, I believe that protecting mental well-being is just as important as protecting the ship. Because I believe that when people are mentally exhausted on board, the entire ship will become vulnerable. Burnout is more than just physical fatigue. Many people confuse burnout with simply being tired, but they're not the same. You can still sleep 8 hours but still feel burned out. Burnout happens when stress continues for weeks or months without enough recovery. At sea, burnout can easily develop because of long working hours, heavy workload, lack of rest, constant inspections, isolations from family, and continuous pressure. Burnout doesn't happen overnight, it happens gradually. I remember working with an ordinary seaman from Myanmar who was usually cheerful, energetic, and fun to work with. Over time, I noticed something different from him. He became unusually quiet, he stopped smiling, and he lost weight. He looks like he didn't seem like himself anymore. Those noticeable changes made me realize that something wasn't right. Sometimes the early signs of burnout are so subtle that we mistake them for laziness, lack of motivations, or bad attitude. Maybe a crew member who used to joke during meals suddenly become quiet. Maybe an officer who was always organized start forgetting simple things. These aren't always signs of laziness. Probably this is an early signs of burnout. Most of the maritime accidents are not caused by one catastrophic mistake. More often, they're the results of series of small errors occur one after another until they eventually lead to an accident. This is one of the reasons why the ISM code promotes reporting near misses. A near misses is a valuable sign. It gives us a warning. It gives us the opportunity to identify the hazard, learn from them, and prevent a more serious accidents before someone gets hurt. Now, imagine this. A third officer may overlook an alarm. A burnout crew member may skip a safety check. Someone under constant pressure may hesitate to ask for help or choose not to report a mistake because they're afraid of being blamed. Individually, this may seem like a small issue, but when several of them happens at the same time, this can lead to an alignment or create a conditions that may lead to a major accident. That is why burnout is not just a personal problem. It is a human factor issue. It is an operational risk. When people are mentally exhausted, their attention, their judgment, their communications, and decision making begins to decline. And when human performance begins to decline, the risk of the ship, the cargo, the environment, and every person on board increases. That's why modern maritime leadership recognizes that taking care of people's mental well-being is not separate from safety. It is an essential part of safety. A leader cannot eliminate every challenge at sea. The heavy weather will still come, the cargo operations will still be demanding, and the port operations or port schedules will still be remain tight. But a leaders can influence every people on board how they may experience those challenges. Now let us continue the story of an ordinary seaman from Myanmar whom I work with, who used to be cheerful, energetic, and fun to work with. And suddenly I noticed that he became suddenly quiet, stopped smiling, lost weight, and seems like no longer himself. One day I asked him, "How are you doing?" After a few moments, he broke down in tears and started sharing his personal struggles way back home while working on board. I didn't lecture him, I didn't try to solve his problem, I didn't try to give him an advice, I just simply listened to what he's about to say. A few weeks later, I noticed him smiling again, reconnecting to the crew and regain his enthusiasm for work. That experience taught me something I have never forgotten. Sometimes one respectful conversations can reduce a person's stress more than we realize. One sincere thank you can restore motivations, and one calm corrections can prevent fear. Leadership is not only managing operations, it is also managing the emotional climate on board. Because the emotional climate influences communications, and communications influences teamwork, and teamwork influences safety. And that's the foundations of modern maritime leadership. A leader may not control the weather, but every leader influences the emotional climate on board. Sometimes people think that taking care of mental well-being is lowering standards. I disagree. Modern maritime leadership is not making work easier. It is about creating a stronger people. As a leader in modern maritime leadership, we still expect professionalism. We still demand discipline. But we can achieve those expectations by respect, not fear. A crew that feels respected and valued doesn't become weaker. They become more committed. Small actions make big difference. Ask your crew how they're doing. Listen without interrupting. Recognize effort, not only mistakes. Correct behavior without attacking dignity. Encourage open communications. You don't need to become a psychologist. Sometimes people simply need a leader who knows how to listen. Throughout my years at sea, I've learned that every crew member carries an invisible burden. Some crew members worries about their families, some worries about their finances, some struggled with loneliness, some hides the stress behind their gentle smile. As leaders, we may never know what kind of challenges they are facing, but we can decide how we will treat them every day. Respect costs nothing, but its impact can last an entire career. Crew burnout is not a weakness. It's often the result of a prolonged stress without enough recovery. As future officers, remember this. Your crew may forget in today's voyage. They may forget in today's cargo operations, but they will never forget how you will treat them when they are under pressure. Ships don't become safer because they have the best and more better equipments. They become more safer because they have the leader who knows how to understand people. That is why I always advocate in modern maritime leadership, because I believe that leadership is not only simply bringing the cargo safely to its destinations. It is also about bringing each crew member safely to their home physically and mentally. I also said this to my crew every meetings or every briefings that we have on board, that my vision for them is to disembark my ship walking in the gangway with a smile on their face. My name is Captain John Michael Basuela, and this is my advocacy for modern maritime leadership. Fair winds, safe seas, and see you in the next video.